made this mistake? Because for everyone else, for all the other service providers, things are going fine.
See, this isn't a mistake. This is a very clearly a deliberate attempt. You see, FDTL rules were notified several months back. They had more than enough time to make all the changes in the roster. Yes, they didn't do it. Why is there a pilot shortage? It's not that the pilot shortage suddenly appeared. You basically oversold flights over the winter. You knew winter is anyway prone to delays because of, the smog and things like that. And what pilot shortage? Pilot shortage means there are more than enough pilots going around here. Why doesn't Akasa face pilot shortage? Why doesn't Air India face pilot shortage? Why is IndiGo facing pilot shortage? Because you don't want to pay the market rate for a pilot. You want cut price pilots. You oversell the number of seats and routes. You hoard all the routes across every single sector. You squat on the Airbus production line to keep raising prices and commanding. Their entire business model is basically squatting on the Airbus a production line, and if anybody wants to start an airline in the next 10 years, they have to go to IndiGo and pay that excess amount. So you want to fleece Airbus customers as well, and you want to fleece the public as well. All of this was predictable as per any business model 6 months back. If you did not see this particular situation arising 6 months back, then you are unfit to run a company like this, certainly not in a position to be the effective monopoly airline. The question here is, why has the civil aviation minister been missing in action for the last 2-3 days? What is his interest in all of this?
Right. Absolutely.
Now, there is one question that there is something the civil aviation minister has to do now. There have to be severe and exemplary penalties that are levied on IndiGo to the point where for the next 6 to 8 months, they should not be allowed to charge anything more than 1,000, 2,000 rupees on their flights. They have to make up for this. Notice, even the basic communications that they are required to do for the passengers, they are meant to be booking them hotel. If you have provided a transit flight, now, if they've provided a flight for me from here to Chennai, fine. They don't have to book anything. But if they've provided a transit flight, you can't leave people stranded. You have to book some hotels and things like that. They are not even doing that. Okay. Their staff aren't communicating with the people at all.
That is the most important thing that the passengers are highlighting. Okay, the services have been disrupted, but at least tell them, treat us like human beings, which is not happening. Abhijit, stay on.